All right, you can tell by the light bulbs behind me and the toys way in the back that I'm in the dungeon for another bag of six. Got one of my day ones here, Mr. Sylvester Sonny Fats Walker. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I can be loud now because I'm a couple floors away from the kids that I had to sneak into bed
Yeah, me too.
after bonkers holiday season. But I kind of started this as I was done with social media. I was just kind of over it. I want to do something positive. I wanted to connect with my friends. And we've all seen all the memes every single day. Whenever you click on anything, 2020 this, 2020 that, we get it. It sucks. It's been weird. This has been kind of a COVID free, political free zone, but some great things came out of 2020. So that's when we were talking about the subject and stuff. So we're gonna focus on the best aspects of 2020. We're gonna flip that. I always tell my son, look on the bright side, silver linings and all that kind of good stuff. So that's what we're gonna do. Whether it's pop culture or music, movies, anything that kind of made you happy and good things that kind of you noticed a trend coming up that kind of cut through all that madness. That's what we're gonna go with today. So we got our top six. We switched to draft format, and as my guest in your gorgeous Edison sweatshirt, my friend,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
hit me with your first pick.
So this is supposed to be my number one or my last pick?
Now this is your number one. This is a draft.
Ooh.
So if you wait to save your good stuff till the end, I may take it before you get there. So
Yeah,
take
no, I don't want to wait. So I kind of got a tie on this one.
it's like a real draft. I got into this
Yeah,
with my friend Anthony because I was like,
yeah,
LeBron, take your LeBron now.
yeah, and, and we've had a lot of debates about different draft picks and number ones.
Well, sure.
Uh, I it, as a fan, as the ultimate one of the ultimate fans, I got to go with the Last Dance, man.
I knew
That
you
was
would.
the super highlight. And you knew I was going there. As much Jordan stuff as I rocked that I thought I was cool in middle school and high school, I got to do it, man. I was tuned in every day, every night. I shut everything down, arguing with my kids and my wife. I even caught bootleg versions online and tried to save them and send them out to a couple folks, and they didn't really work. But I was that big of a fan, man. It was fantastic to me. I know some people kind of viewed MJ in a different light, and I didn't. I just that competitive side of me just wished I was in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And then reminiscing back in our high school days of Anthony and I arguing, in practice and on the court, and this time we all just argued about different stuff, man. I got to go with the Last Dance, man.
Man, yeah, that was my number one too, man. That was kind of that was the
I
one.
I I
Man,
I could have passed and went with my second, my second number one, but I
there
had to
was
get that one.
there was no sports on at the time. I mean, like this was like the beginning of all the shutdown and everything was going on, and like you had a weekly appointment. It was Friday nights. It was ESPN. And they even did like the non-edited version on ESPN and the edited version on ESPN2 in case you wanted to get your kids in the fold. And originally I thought it was like, okay, we're all in Illinois. I mean, we're Bulls fans. Our demographic, that's who we are at heart. But then you're on Twitter, man, and everybody's about it. Like
Oh my
everybody's
God.
talking about it. And they're learning new things that we may have already known, but they're vibing on it, man. And it became this phenomenon. Everybody's looking forward to it. And it's finally something to look forward to. And I think that was the first thing after the shutdown where everybody was kind of okay. We're not
Yeah.
we're not all on
Yeah.
hate on social media right now. We're all kind of, into this. And
Yeah.
like pitching quarters and like that dude, man, capturing the nation is like
Oh my God. Like, how could you shut like a pandemic is going down? People are broke, no money, no food, and Mike just shut the whole world down, and everybody's watching this show.
I had a hard time looking at, and we were on the text thread. His eyes still messing with me. His eyes, dude. I
Yeah.
had a hard time. I started watering up every time. He has
And you
like,
know, like, and the man sells, the tequila, and I watch the man's eyes, and I still want to drink the shit. Like, I want to try that tequila. Like, I want to be like Mike and try that tequila. I don't know if it's gonna turn my eyes yellow or not, but I gotta at some point I gotta try it, man.
between the glass and the pour, like it probably cost as much as my car, but I was like, all right,
Right.
all right. Oh, all right. Well,
Man.
a couple months ago on the show, this wasn't invented in 2020, but it really came into its own in 2020, and that's why I'm gonna explain it. And
Okay.
for my first pick, I'm gonna go with TikTok because
Mm.
TikTok was invented like in 2018, but I
Yeah.
got into it uh, in like pandemic TikTok because
Mm.
it was marketed horribly, man. It was like
Right.
all these like bouncing kids. Like I don't even
Yeah.
get 12-year-olds,
Yeah.
16-year-olds. But when everybody started staying at home and getting a little bit loopy, now you got parents and like
Grandparents.
and I saw my man, I brought it up. This was the video that got me in. And again, I linked it in our text thread. Dogface 420 with
Oh my
his
God.
cranberry juice,
Oh my God.
doing his Fleetwood Mac skateboarding down the street. Like I was vibing with it, man. Like there was a lot of like
Yeah.
new vibes going on and people in my demographic, and they were just quick hitters, man. And you could just flip through them, and
Hmm.
people, I was loving pandemic TikTok, man, because it
Yeah.
opened it up. It opened it up to anybody that had a minute to record a little something, no
Hmm.
matter how stupid it was. Some of it hit, some
Yeah.
of it didn't. But
Yeah.
you don't have to wait through it like a YouTube video. Like,
Nah.
oh,
Nah.
check out the 2 minute mark of it. No, man, you knew within a couple seconds if you wanted to keep.
Right. Right.
You got dog videos, you got everything, craziness, man. But like, yeah, pandemic TikTok is definitely my number one.
That is definitely awesome, and I should have thought of that. Um, I wasn't a huge fan at first. My daughters have been trying to get me to let them get it for a long time, man, and I almost caved in, and then I got on and I scrolled and I seen something, and it ain't PG edited. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I see something and I was like, nah, y'all can't. We ain't doing this one. So I waited. You know what I'm saying? My wife's working on me trying to get me to do it, and I finally let them do it. And man, it was absolute pandemonium in my house. Like every chance they got, they were making TikToks. Like
Yeah.
one of my daughters, and she probably gonna kill me for this. She was on the bus making a damn TikTok on the way home from school. Bus moving, she's about to fall over, but it's that important to them. And then my wife got into it, and she started watching them. And she would be up, she'd go to bed, we'd lay down, and she'd be up, and all you would see is the light of her phone, and she would be in there crying, laughing. And then she has to wake me up to let me know, and I gotta watch it. But before I watch it, she's gotta watch it 3 more times to be hysterically laughing, and I can't even get the gist of it. And then I finally made an account and started watching them, and then I was hooked. That was it.
It was,
I'm gonna
man.
I'm gonna tell you who.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know if you follow him or not. Mike Jeffries is acting a damn fool on
Yeah.
TikTok now.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I gotta get
you.
on there, man. I was talking to him about that because he linked some videos, and he was trying
Yeah,
to claim that. Okay, I'm gonna find it.
yeah. Nah, he like he sends me videos like all the time. Inbox me in them, with him, and like he is full costume, like going all out, like a cat that you wouldn't think would as reserved as he is that we know him to be. Uh, man, that's his thing, bro. Straight
That's
up,
what I'm saying.
that's
That's what
that's
I'm
his
saying. It
thing.
was
Yeah.
like a release for so many people
Hmm.
that are stuck at home. Like
Yeah.
you got people doing wild stuff on there.
Man,
Like the
I'm
more I
trying to
kept,
tell you.
yeah, the more I kept going down the rabbit hole, the more stuff kept coming out, and people
Yeah.
Man, it's amazing. Like I said, when it was originally marketed, yes, like your
Mm-hmm.
daughters, like teenagers,
Mm-hmm.
it was like
Mm-hmm.
them hanging out and doing stuff that's relevant to their culture or whatever. But once people started getting home and getting stuck inside and needed a way to express themselves, man, the whole app, the whole platform went to another level, man, and it's exploded since then, man. And yeah, that's why I had to take it. Since you took my number one, that was my 1A. But yeah, man.
Man, I'm trying to think what would equal up, when we were growing up around that age to like the rave of TikTok. Like I don't know if I can pinpoint one thing that we were like that super hyped up about
Nah,
like kids with
we're
TikTok,
we're probably happy that TikTok wasn't around.
man. No, we're excited that TikTok and camera phones and stuff, none of that stuff was around because we'd be in a whole lot of trouble. My wife tells me all the time that I should have jail or something with some of the shit that we did when we was kids.
I can I can I can think of at least a couple dozen 1 minute videos right now, and that's not even really thinking hard. You definitely don't want out there in the atmosphere, man.
No,
Nah,
no, no. We would have been too wild with it. We would have been too wild.
so yeah. All right,
Uh,
what's your
let
number two?
me. Um. So my number two is actually a movie off of Netflix called Extraction. I forgot the guy that plays it. Um, but that movie was just dope, man. There was a lot of action.
Wasn't that Chris?
Um,
Wasn't that Chris Hemsworth? Wasn't it Thor in that one?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
saw it.
yeah. And I think it was kind of at a time where shit was shut down and wasn't no movies out and the movie theaters down and that movie came out, man. And um, I remember sitting here watching it, man, and it was absolutely dope. I was in my basement with the nice TV and me and my wife sat here and watched it, and it was action packed, man. I was digging that movie, man, for real. Like, with all the shooting scenes and rooting for him at the end and all that, and I don't want to give nobody the spoilers, but I was hoping it was going to be a part two. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But that movie was just dope. You know what I'm saying? We at that time.
You froze up for a second, my man. Hold on. Where you at? No pause.
You
Okay.
got me?
Yeah, you back.
All right.
No, I feel you on that because like when first things hit, I was in the middle. I don't want to spoil any potential future picks, but I was watching shows that were a little heavier, like
Mm,
dramas, like
mm,
stuff that was tense, and like
mm-hmm.
after a while, I was like, I can't handle this anymore. I need to shut down. I needed to watch reality TV or like some just mindless action. And that one
Right.
came at the right time, dude. Where I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
just need to see a bunch of people get shot in the face, plot, and just
Yeah.
and let me just sit back and zone out a little
Yeah.
bit, and maybe do a couple one of these. Like, oh yeah, all right,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, thanks.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
needed that.
you got to cheer somebody on, man. It was dope. Like you was just super duper excited with it, man. Like for real.
It hit me in the right, yeah, it hit me in the right spot at the right time.
Hmm.
All right, I can do that.
All righty.
All right, so I'm on my number two, and I'm gonna take this right here. Exactly what we're doing. I'm taking Zoom culture. I
Mm,
know you're no stranger to it. I've seen
man.
your holiday filter picture online.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
So,
sir. Yes, sir.
so, I mean,
Yes,
for a lot
sir.
of people, it might bring up thoughts of, e-learning or whatever.
Mm,
Like it might have a couple negative connotations to some people because, but because we're all on it or it's like work.
yeah. Yeah.
But all in all, this technology, kind of like TikTok, has been around for a while.
Right.
And people found out a way to have happy hours. They're doing board games. We're hanging out.
Hmm.
Um, And even like I will take it to work, man. Like at my job, sometimes I plan events where you're gonna fly somebody in, put them up in a hotel, do all this stuff, spend all this money, and going forward, like the game's changed, dude. Like I
Yeah.
can just be like, hey, are you available Thursday at 3? And we'll just put you on the big screen, dude, and like we'll just
Mm,
pay your flat fee. And it's
right.
and they don't have to fly here, you have that flexibility. The
Mm,
fact that this platform has been escalated to like a norm for so many people is just huge right now. And it's just it's completely changed everything. So I love that aspect. It has brought a lot of people together and people are having fun with it, being creative with it. And so yeah, that's what I'm going for. Zoom culture is my second pick.
it has definitely changed the game. Um, as far as keeping people together, and keeping that communication piece alive with also being safe. Um, I use a lot of the background stuff at work to kind of wish I was at that place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, and the kids get a kick out of it when I'm popping in classrooms and I got, a background of Wakanda or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or,
Right.
after Kobe passed, I had to, a tribute to Kobe and Tiger Woods and, all sorts of stuff. I got work stuff and then I got non-work stuff that I could
Yeah,
play
yeah,
with.
yeah.
But
Totally.
I've used it outside of work, obviously in this platform. We do like a Centennial basketball alumni meeting, and then I'm in some mentoring groups. So it just kind of works out, man, and is easy accessible to, I don't have to be sitting at the office all the time. I could, if I want to work from home, I can go ahead and go home and tend to some meetings, just find a little quiet spot and I'm cool. But I wish I would have been on that stock right when the pandemic hit because we would have been millionaires right now.
Right.
Um,
Right.
that's the first thing that I think of. But yeah, I know some parents that get frustrated with it. Um, but it's technology. It's not going to be 100%.
Right.
But
Plus, I think
once you figure it,
it's
once you
bigger than
figure it
TikTok.
out, it helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Plus, you
it's
can do
it's
like
it's
that. You can do that news anchor thing where like, all right, my shirt's professional, but under here I got my slippers and shorts on, dude. Like nobody
yeah.
knows. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I got caught when I had the quarantine for a little bit. I was like, man, I ain't getting dressed for work, man. Like, so I jump out of bed and throw on some shorts, and then I had like a cut off, this little sleeveless joint on. And I'm telling you, my boss rolled my ass for about a good 5 minutes. I forgot what she called it, like a bro tank or some shit like that. And as soon like, cause when I got up in the morning, Christina was like, "Babe, you not getting dressed for work?" Like, man, I ain't getting dressed for work, man. I'm quarantining. I'm saying I'm boycotting today. So I had a meeting and messed around and hit that video button. You know what I'm saying? And she sighed, and, Sonny, you got a bro tank on? Come on! I had to change clothes then, man. So I try to maintain the professionalism now. But yeah, I
We all
got
hit,
I got caught up with that, bro.
we all hit that point, man. We're pushing the boundaries, man. We're all.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right, man. Number three.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with. I got to take this one because you might be slick enough to get this one, so I got to take this. I'm gonna go with the movie documentary Be Water, the Bruce Lee documentary that was also on ESPN.
Hit me with it. Hit me with
The Bruce Lee Be Water
it.
documentary. You
Okay.
didn't watch that?
I was about to say, is that
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite quotes
yeah,
from him.
yeah.
Like I've had the photo up on it. Like
Mhm.
when water takes
Yeah,
shape of just be water. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was one of those things. Wasn't as big as the Last Dance with me, but I was able to relate to it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope, man. You saw a side of Bruce Lee that you didn't get to see, with the interviews with his kids and whatnot, and then really dig deep into his passing, um, and how tragic it was. But it was pretty dope, man. I was thoroughly entertained, and then right after that, now as soon as I watched the movie, I'm YouTubing Bruce Lee videos, different stuff, and you know, not knowing how close he was to uh God, now I didn't forgot that guy's name.
Oh yeah,
Walker,
yeah.
Texas Ranger.
Chuck Norris.
How
Yeah,
close they were, Chuck
Kareem
Norris,
Abdul-Jabbar
and
was up in one too.
yeah, yeah. And I didn't know all those guys was at his house training, man. Like he trained so many dudes that you wouldn't even think of or wouldn't know. And it was dope to watch. So that's my number three, man.
All right, man. I love it. I love it because like I was in that same spot where I needed to get in my zen. Like I needed,
Hmm.
I'm tired of it. Like I
Hmm.
was I was putting my phone away. I needed to get away from it all, and I didn't need anything too heady. I needed to get in my zen spot. I can't think of much better than the master, Bruce Lee. So I feel you on that. All right, my number three. I'm going with Run the Jewels 4 album came out.
Mm, mm, mm,
That's kind of the opposite of Zen,
mm,
but
mm,
it hit me right in the
mm,
right spot. Like I was angry.
mm,
I was really angry.
mm,
And it kind of had the opposite effect. There was so much going on in the world. And it was at an apex at the time when they dropped that album. And they came out and it was Yankee and the Brave and Ooh La La Oh Wee Wee. And I
mm,
had like my AirPods in after I put my kids to sleep. And like I was doing my stuff and I was still warm outside. I could be outside and I could just kind of vent. And I love their whole catalog. I mean, I keep thinking, that like, oh, they're gonna stumble, but this is their fourth album, and I don't tire of it, man.
mm,
It still thumps every time it gets it, and it helps me just like get a lot of aggression out without having to get a lot of aggression out. I'm getting
mm,
it out internally and through their
mm,
music. The the point is there, the lyrics are there, the sentiment is there, but it still thumps, man. Like so, it's
mm.
like just a combination of everything over and over again, man. And when that came out, I didn't even know it was coming out, and I was just jacked for it, man. And it hit me right in the right spot. It helped me just vent, helped me get a lot of things out of my system, and just release, dude. So yeah, run the
And
jewel.
ain't nothing better than some music that come out that you wasn't expecting. Nothing better than that.
I lost you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on here. I think all my kids are on the internet right now. We just got done watching the movie. This is nuts. What number? We're at number four now.
Yeah, that was my number three. Run the jewels 4.
So I'm gonna stay on that music path, but I'm gonna switch gears and go with like the whole overall thing of the verses thing with the two artists going against each other.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
track for track. Two that really came to mind that I watched was the Jeezy and the Gucci verses. I don't know if you
Okay.
got a chance to catch that. Um, the two like trap gods, so to speak,
Yeah.
in the rap game, and the ongoing beef they had for 20 plus years. And Gucci actually ended up killing one of Jeezy's guys. Um, so yeah, I watched the whole thing. I'm in the shower. I'm trying to, I got it on to make sure I ain't missing nothing. I get out the shower. Okay, I got time. The track list that they had that the DJ was playing prior to that verses was so dope. Like I was trying to find that. They should have just printed out a track list just from that alone. And it wasn't just Jeezy and Gucci in that track list, but a lot of Atlanta hip hop, that was just on. But yeah, watching that watching them and watching the tension at the beginning, and you know what I'm saying, thinking I thought they was gonna really fight on stage. I don't know how they, was able to keep their composure, and then them kind of squashing the beef, toward the end was dope. And then one that just recently came up was the Too Short E40 versus. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but Too Short is one of my guys that I know we all kind of bumped. Our freshman and sophomore year of high school. Too Short is just Too Short, man. You can't go wrong with Too
Yeah,
Short.
tonight.
No. Matter of fact, I sent Anthony a snap today. I was bumping Too Short and sent him a snap, because we always sending each other different songs on the snap, and you can't go wrong with it. But yeah, the whole versus thing is, we ain't got no concerts right now, and this is as close as we can get.
Yeah,
So
no.
being able to see that and kind of reach the artist, this is probably as close as any of us is gonna get to those artists. So yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when it started, like, it's hard to promote stuff like this. It was all, you know, social media at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not like there's TV commercials for this. So like you had to count on your friends and other people to kind of be like, hey, this is like literally
Yeah.
tonight at like 8 o'clock, dude. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
get
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh shit, really? Like,
Mhm.
no, man,
Mhm.
really? And
Yeah.
so it was kind of like, again, another appointment kind of thing of people you knew of, or people who were just trying to figure out creative way to get content out to a captive audience. Like everybody's eyes are on social media. Everybody's eyes are on the internet, man. That's what they're looking for, content. They're looking for stuff. And so yeah, it was huge when stuff like that came out, and you were counting on everybody to help promote it. I mean, it was crazy. But yeah, man, that
Right.
that was I dig that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm at four. One, two, three. Yep, four.
Yep. Yep.
I'm I'm gonna take kind of a local one that
Okay.
again is just kind of a
Okay.
play off of a concept that's kind of been there, but now it's been elevated. And I'm taking Curbside
Mm.
because there's been Curbside like
Yeah.
Chili's or like Biaggi's or a couple places you pull in, they see you on the camera, you may have to go in, like, but now, dude, supporting local business, the city has blocked off spaces and they added drinks. And that's where I'm at with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can make a
Yeah.
margarita home if I want to clean my blender and I want to do all this stuff. Or you guys can
Yeah.
do
But
margaritas to go, man. Like they threw down all the rules and it's just like, yeah, man. And everything's hot and fresh and ready to go. They'll bring it to you. Because I mean, before it was like, okay, some of my favorite spots downtown, I'm parking a couple blocks away. I'm going in, giving my name, giving my card. I mean, yeah, that's just the way things were. I mean, I was never mad about that. I mean,
yeah.
that's just the way. But their dining rooms booming. They'll get to you in a minute. Here's your
Yeah.
styrofoam containers, blah blah blah. But now they're waiting for me, dude. Like
Yeah.
they're coming right out with the fresh hot food and drinks or drink mixes and drinks and
Yeah.
mixes and beers and growlers and crowlers.
Yeah. Oh my
We'll
God.
just, we'll just put it all in your back
Yeah.
seat and you be on your way. You paid for it ahead of time. Let's
Yeah.
go. Like any place you want in town, support your
Yeah.
local businesses, but everything about it, dude, I hope it never goes away, dude. Like I can
Man.
park at the parking garage if I want to go have a dining experience, but leave those
Absolutely.
curbside spots available from here on out, dude. Curbside.
Gotta have it, man. Like, can you imagine? And I just got a growler. I think we got one last week. That was our first one, and just
Lost you.
yo, can you hear me?
Now I
Yeah.
can't.
We were able to pull up and pay for it, and man, I got 32 ounces of liquor. in a little jug, and I'm able to drive home with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, Curbside is dope, man. Curbside is dope, and I hope they keep it like. Could you imagine driving downtown and it's packed and people, it's they kicking it, and you pull up the Esquire and you get yourself a growler and you drive home. Like I meet a whole rush.
I know.
Yeah, I'm with that. I hope they keep it, man. That was absolutely dope. That was absolutely
Esquire
dope,
has those pineapple margaritas. I can't make them like that.
man.
I've tried.
Nah, I still got some in my fridge right now. We still
Yeah,
got some.
those things are fire, dude. I can't do that.
Man, no, no,
So,
I can't even recreate it. It ain't even
no, I
close.
can't.
Ain't
And
even
yeah,
close.
once they open the gates open, it's like, yeah, liquor,
Hmm.
beer, whatever, man. Just support local. I can't. That that just was the chef kiss on 2020, man. Like I was
Yeah,
like, all right,
absolutely.
put it all in there. Just pile it on, man. Pile it.
Absolutely. So I'm at number
Ah,
5, man. So I'm gonna switch a little gears, and this is for our video game heads with the introduction to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, I believe it's called, and
yeah,
how hard it is to get those consoles, and you just kind of be on top of it.
yeah.
I'm not a huge video game head, but I'm video game head enough to know when the consoles are coming out, and I try to snag one. And um, so the PlayStation 5, I actually watched they had the streaming of it, like when they were introducing it.
Oh yeah.
I'm at work. It's like 3 o'clock, and I'm streaming it on my phone, watching it. And I'm in the middle of a meeting. Have my bread saved up for it, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. So I called GameStop because they announced it was you could get the pre-orders the following day. So I called, and GameStop's they already selling it. They already pre-ordering. And so I finally got through and was like, oh, I know y'all got a lot of questions about this PS5. Yep, you better come up here and come get it right now. It's like, what? I thought it would come out tomorrow. Like, I thought the pre-orders tomorrow. It's like, nah. So I shoot the GameStop, man, and drop my little bread down on it. Random guy walks up on me while I'm standing in line. He looks at me. I look at him. And he was like, "Yo, you here for the same thing I'm here for?" And
Yeah.
like it was, it was a moment. Like it was dope. But man, them things are so hard to get, man. I tried to help a couple of guys get some, and scalpers are getting them offline and selling them high, man. It's hard. I only know one other person that physically has one, that I know. But yeah, that
Oh, you
I
the
had to
only
go
one
with
I
that,
know.
man. Yeah, it's decent. You know what I'm saying? But
It's decent.
just the
That what you just said.
no, it is decent. Like once you like,
Way
it's
to sell
better
it, man. Way to
graphic.
sell it, dude. It's decent.
No, the graphics, because I'm trying to downplay it for the people that don't have one. But to
No,
be
man.
totally honest, like,
Forget them,
the
dude.
people,
They weren't on the hustle, dude. Forget them, man. We're doing the best stuff. We're doing the
man,
best stuff, dude. Don't undersell it. Don't.
nah,
Oh,
yeah,
man. They slap.
it's it's actually the shit, man. The controllers are bigger, man. They feel great. The headphones on that thing are phenomenal, man. Like you hear shit behind you, to this everything. Like it's just like surround sound to your ears, man. It's dope. And for the game heads that's sitting in their room playing and their wives are trying to sleep, put them headphones on, she won't hear nothing. Noise
Ah,
canceling. Man, it's dope. You gotta have a 4K TV though for the graphics to really get the full effect, man. But
yeah.
it's dope, dog. It's dope.
Oh, it's on the horizon. I'm one of the ones that slept, dude. I saw it and I was like, oh, by Christmas, they'll have a million of these out of there. I'll be able to scoop
Shit.
one up later. No bigs.
Well,
Well, I've seen
yeah,
happen year after year after year, the toy craze and the shortages and everything. And the
yeah.
fact that, like, there was a waiting list like 6 miles long for an inflatable pool because we're in a
Oh my
pandemic.
God.
I thought I could get a PS5 later, like an idiot. Oh man, mock that shit, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I would be on Facebook Live just playing it. Like, oh, you didn't get one? Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
Oh, my bad. This is just what I got,
Well, I'm on break right now from work, so I've been playing the hell out of it every damn day.
right?
Like I'm logged in, I'm down here chilling in my own little space.
Brr. That's a good one. That was on my list.
Ooh, I'm glad I got that one there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was coming up soon. Ugh. I have another technology pick, but it's kind of a reach. But I'm there with it. All right, I'm gonna put the one that I mentioned you in text. My number five, picking the second season of The Mandalorian, man.
Man, that
Yes,
was that
that,
was tough, man.
that was fire, dude. Like, they came with it. They brought back my man Boba Fett. Like, I saw the outfit and I was kind of like, that looks familiar. And then they weaved in the fact that all of a sudden, like, this dragon, they had to go kill Ada Sarlacc. And I was
Man,
like, oh, Boba Fett was in the Sarlacc.
man.
And then anybody that hasn't watched it yet, just take off for a couple seconds here. And spoilers now commence. That and then the last scene, man, when Luke came in and just wrecked
Yo,
everybody in his path.
man, the last episode was so
Flew in.
dope. Oh my god.
Green lightsaber, and I was like, oh wait, nah, it's got to be like I'm not one of the true like I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm not one of
Yeah,
the books and cartoons and everything.
yeah.
We got a missed piece of that, so I'm like, okay, it's gonna be somebody badass. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
the next one, but it's nobody I really know. But I'm like, it is a
Mm-hmm.
green lightsaber and it is a black glove, dude. Yeah, when he flipped it down, I was like, oh,
Man, it was so dope. I'm sitting down here and I got the lights turned off. I'm tuned
yes,
in, like I'm vibing. He comes flying in. I was like, yo, I know that shit, man. And then that green
right,
lightsaber got to going. Yo, that might be Luke, son. Like Luke going crazy. Like it's easy for him. He out here killing them. You know what I'm saying? And when he pulled the hood off, man, it was so dope, man. Like I know it's some true Star Wars heads that probably cried when he
yep.
pulled the hood off, man. I'm trying to tell you right now. Like I
I
know it
saw that.
probably some guys that really teared up. You know what I mean? And yeah, that was dope. That took the cake right there. I'm mad it's over. You know what I'm saying?
I
Or
know,
at least
right?
that season. But yeah, that was definitely dope. I actually had that as my alternate number one to the Last Dance, but I had to get the Last Dance.
Oh man, you should take it in soon.
I should have. I should have. I
And I
should
will
have.
say there were people crying about it, and I saw them on TikTok. My number one thing.
Hey man, people go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah,
Don't feel
man. Hey,
ashamed
man.
if you
That's what we
shed a
got.
tear for it.
I want some people to have tears of joy in 2020, and that brought that to
Hmm.
people. That's what this is all about. Like, if you were that moved and that happy during this year, man, that's why it's on the top six list.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let me see what I'm gonna go with my number six.
Last
Man,
last pick, come strong.
man. I'm gonna have to go with um the whole NBA bubble
Okay.
deal, and
Yeah.
capping off with the Lakers winning the championship. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, for a long time, we didn't have no sports. We didn't think we were going to get anything back, and the NBA came back with the bubble. Nobody tested, positive that we know of. A couple guys, shoot out of town and go to the strip club and come back and have to quarantine. J.R. Smith almost got kicked out again when he was filming the insides, and
Shocker.
you got Austin Rivers hating on LeBron, and his suite's bigger than everybody else's. But it was dope, man. It just kind of reminded me of when Fig and I were going to like David Kaplan camps and staying in the dorms with different guys and meeting all these guys. You know, some of these guys were high profile at the time, and just bonding and kicking it, man. And you know, although I know they didn't really get to do it like that, they still had a lot of stuff with playing golf and fishing. You know, you're on a Disney resort, like, you know, that's dope in itself. You know, and I've been able to be out there to those facilities, but you know, with the Lakers capping off and winning the championship, um, was super dope. You know, because that's one of my teams, man. Lakers, and you know, with the passing of Kobe and Gigi,
Yeah,
RIP to them and everybody that was in the helicopter in that tragic event. That just capped the season off, man. It was dope.
that's what say that. I'm not a big Lakers fan, but like it kind of felt like a completion of like of what was going on and what people felt with Kobe and just even coming up to what a week ago when they did the ring ceremonies, even
Yeah,
maybe just a few nights ago. But I mean, like
yeah,
the whole thing in general. But yeah, I mean, even from a local level, you saw like Myers Leonard having bags tournaments and
yeah,
like
yeah,
they were doing their thing, but they were doing it right, and it
yeah.
gave hope for like a way that we can do sports and maybe have March Madness this year, or
Mm-hmm.
figure out a way that even before anything was decided, vaccines, anything like that, that if we be creative and just kind of stay the course and we can make it happen, man. And they did it right. I mean, it was some amazing sports, man. I mean, like people really, I mean, the Heat, nobody was
Man,
stopping, man. They came together in the bubble, or like Dame and the Blazers came together in the bubble.
crushing, man, crushing.
Like a
Right,
lot of people really thrived in that atmosphere, and then like there were people like Philly, they were just they're done with the bubble.
right.
Like
Terrible. Yeah. I mean, you
but
had,
like
you know,
it was
Phoenix looked great in the bubble.
right,
Phoenix Suns was hooping in the bubble.
right, and they built off of that and probably the chemistry that they had in the bubble onto this year. I mean, they're a true playoff team in the loaded
Hmm.
West,
Hmm.
possibly, but most likely, I think.
Hmm.
But yeah, dude, it was cool, and it was cool to follow again, like on social media and through the back channels of like the interactions in the day to day and the behind the scenes, and like they were doing like documentary style videos of
Yeah.
like life in the bubble, and like
Yeah.
a few like sportscasters and things like that can kind of get in there too, but not many obviously. But it was cool, man. Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
man. Now the pressure's on.
Yeah.
I got I got one pick that would overshadow all the picks, but I don't really feel it falls into this, so I'm going to put in my honorable mentions, even though it was one of the biggest positive things in 2020. I
Okay.
feel more of like, fun, lighthearted, pop culture type of thing. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to go with Tim and Fred Williams,
Okay.
Williams brothers.
Okay.
When they watched the In the Air Tonight video on YouTube and I saw the reaction video, okay, it was cute or whatever.
Hmm.
I thought it was fun, but like the way that it captured it, like my sister was sharing it with me, my mom was watching it, and then they got to hang out with Obama, and like
Right.
yeah, they did one
Yeah.
with his playlist and listen to Bob Dylan, and like the way those kids blew up doing you know something similar to this right now.
Hmm.
It was just cool. They were twins, and they were just experiencing music for the first time and watching this, and it was just cool. It was just a fresh outlook from a young culture, and I think like the viral aspect of it was just phenomenal, and I thought that was super cool, man. Like again, once I saw that, and Obama was like selling his book on their
On the
shit
podcast. Yeah.
on their shit, man.
Yeah.
Like Oh,
Yeah.
well, when I did my book, I brought back like, aspects of, I'm like,
Right.
dude, you're
That's a free promo, bro.
you're president of. I almost included his wet jumper from the corner, but where politics
Hey
screams,
man.
but
Hey.
that's what we do. Isn't that what he said when he
Yeah.
last day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he said. It was wet. It was wet. I can't even
yeah.
deny it. It
But
was
I mean,
wet. Don't
like,
look pretty, but it was wet.
but he almost like was on a book tour on these kids' show. And this is like the former president of the United States, like promoting his book
Right.
on these kids' show, man. That to me was like, holy shit, these kids struck gold.
That's,
They made it. They found their zone, their niche, And yeah, I thought it was cool, man.
and that's and
Had it
that's
either them.
dope, man. The viral aspect to be able to reach all those people, and then the president coming on and doing the promo on that show. Like it made me right now. It makes me wish I had a book to do a promo on your show right now. Like I'd be, what I'm saying, I'd feel dope right now if I could do that. But but yeah, absolutely, bro. That was dope.
I'm a lot short of their numbers, man. But yeah, I appreciate that.
You
But
go
yeah,
get
no,
there.
I
You
mean,
go get there.
like I would be so nervous having him on here to talk, man. And like they just kind of leaned into it, man. It was like
Right.
it's like the youth of America now that they just
Yeah.
don't get intimidated by shit anymore. But
Yeah.
like I would be pacing back and forth for hours and hours waiting for it was crazy, man.
All it would take is that one cool moment for him to say something cool that kind
Right.
of mellow you out, and you'd be good.
Dude,
But yeah,
I would live off that for forever, man. Oh yeah.
absolutely.
When's the last time you talked to Obama? Yeah, I did.
Right. Right.
All right, man. You got any honorable mentions that didn't get picked?
Man, I do. My first honorable mention, and I'm a little late to the game, but I just bought myself my first pair of AirPods, man.
Oh,
I'm late to the game. I was against them. I wasn't gonna get them at first.
I'm in my pocket right
And
here.
I know you do. Hold on. Where's my?
They're part of
My
my
daughter let me
my
borrow. My
uniform.
daughter let me borrow.
Oh,
Daughter let me
look
borrow a
at
nice little
you.
Gucci case. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
so my daughter
Okay.
wanted some for Christmas. One of the twins.
Okay.
Ironically, both of them didn't want them. So I hit them for a while. Called them on sale. Got them. She's hinting at them for about 2 months. That showing me all these different cases. I'm throwing stuff at her. And, they're expensive. This and that and third. And um, Christmas Eve, we at TJ Maxx, and she's showing me some cases, and I'm like, "Yo, why do you need that? You don't need that." Well, Dad, I want some AirPods. Well, you better wait. Hope Santa, mysteriously drops them off because I ain't got the money for it. And then I kind of played her off with two little, imitation versions of them, and kind of pissed her off a little bit, and she was extremely hyped. So I'm sitting there watching her, plug them up. And I was like, "Yo, this might be kind of dope. I should have got me some." And I went ahead and pulled the trigger yesterday, and my oldest daughter is in town, so she showed me how to work them, and man, I had them in my ear, about 10 hours yesterday, about
Yeah.
a good 5 or 6 today, man. They dope.
Yeah, man. And I'll put my phone on the charger and I'll just do stuff, man. Like
Yeah,
before, I never could do that. It's like, oh, I gotta charge my phone, but if I want to listen to music, I gotta still be here.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm running around. I'm like 2 or 3 rooms over. My phone's charging down there.
yeah, and
Still
you
can hear. I can
good.
take out the trash with my phone on the charger. Still there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, definitely dope. I'm still working out the kinks of how to figure everything out, but I'm getting there. I knew some shit my daughters didn't know, and I dropped it on them today, so I feel accomplished.
My tech device I had on there. Have you seen the LG Signature OLED TV, the 65 incher that rolls down?
No, I ain't seen that yet.
I'll put it in the text thread coming up now.
Yeah, yeah.
It won an award at like the CES this year. Basically, it's like I always wanted this ever since I saw it on a movie. like at the foot of your bed, like the TV that pops out of the trunk. Then it pops back down.
Yeah, you had it made if you had one of those.
They made it. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a grip right now. I think it's like $60,000. I'm not getting one for anytime soon. But it gives me hope for the future. But like basically, you basically have this long rectangle box, and a 65-inch TV rolls out of it and extends, and then rolls back down. So basically, you can kind of put that anywhere. It's not cumbersome. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, dude. I'm saying,
man, I wish I could afford it because my wife would let me get it. You know, it ain't in the way. You know, I got room for stuff.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about the future too. Like when our kids go to college, it's like I was lugging like a 19-inch. It weighed like 97,000 pounds. I had to get like a cart for it. Like, you know, and now they'll be like, I got my 65-inch under one arm and my laptop under the other, and I got everything I possibly need as far as entertainment, streaming, you know, movies, music, everything. Like, you know, I had my wallet of CDs, my components to my stereo system.
Oh my God.
Speakers, like, you know, now they just need like a Sonos, a laptop, and now a roll TV.
And that's it. Got it made.
They're gonna be hooked up.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one to follow on that one.
And I also had Palm Springs. I had to pick a movie too.
Okay.
That was Andy Samberg. It was kind of a play off of Groundhog Day. It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. It was like basically living a wedding reception over and over again, but it also had some deep meanings to it. It kind of caught me in the right spot. And then my number one overall, like it's a little bit deeper than that, but I got to give it up to Kamala Harris. I mean,
oh yeah.
As far as you know, the great things that happened in 2020, I wanted this to be a little bit more lighthearted and not political, but I mean, she broke through the glass ceiling. It's a beautiful thing, you know, inspiration.
Yeah.
Me and my wife watched it. We had our kids around. Like, this is history. This is the first woman to be in the Oval and a woman of color, and it was wonderful. Like I said, that's why it wasn't on my top 6, because I wanted it to be a little bit more lighthearted, but I'd be remiss not to mention that is one of the best things that happened in 2020 without getting too political.
Definitely dope. Definitely dope. I had a couple of extras in here. One TV show that was dope was The Godfather of Harlem. I'm not sure if it came out. I didn't watch it until 2020, so I'm counting it like that. I'm not sure if it came out in 19 or 20, but starring Forrest Whitaker. You know, and he's playing Bumpy Johnson's life. Man, it was dope.
Yeah.
Another one that I finished in 2020 was Game of Thrones. I watched all the seasons finally. I'm a little late. I know.
No. It's not that you're late, dude. It's just like that last season hurt us all, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. It hurt us all. It was dope, man. I would watch it, take breaks, watch it, take breaks, watch, because I had to start from season 1. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm envious of that. I'm envious of like the first few seasons. I'm envious.
The first
up to the Red Wedding, dude. It's like,
oh my God, like. I was like, man, how you start off a show and this is gruesome? Like, it was unreal. And I was mad at myself because I waited so late to start watching it. Right. I had friends when I was working at Centennial trying to get me to watch it. Man, I'm not watching that shit. Like, until I started watching it, and I was like, man, I'm such a dumbass. I should have been watching this show. But yeah, man, Game of Thrones was dope. Yeah. That's one of my.
I can't remember. It was also 2020 as well, so I didn't put it on here. But the premiere's coming up next month for season 3. But Cobra Kai was huge.
Oh yeah, I do have it on here. Okay. I do have it on here. And I know the premiere's coming up next week. I think January 1st.
I think it's New Year's Day or the day after. Like, yeah.
And it's on Netflix, so that means we can binge watch it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be done with
I paid for YouTube Premium.
Really?
First on there. I watched the first season.
Yeah.
I was paying like $12 a month just for that show.
Just
Just
for those.
for the show.
Yeah.
And then I was waiting for season 2, and I forgot to cancel it, and I got all pissed off, and I just canceled everything. And then I
Yeah.
heard Netflix is picking it up, so I was like, fine, I'll just wait. I'll just wait.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ran through that. But yeah, man, I'm excited about that. That finale was, man, that school fight, dude.
Hey, that was an
To
absolute
see the school
brawl.
fight.
I don't know if we could ever reenact something like that. Like it was vicious. Like it's fights everywhere. It like
They're trying to
nobody
kill
broke the
people, man.
fights up. Like that has to be a world record of a school fight because there's never a school fight in the history of the earth that lasted that long. Like
They
that
just
was
kept
dope, bro.
going, man. No cops.
Straight up,
Scene.
going at it,
No,
going at it.
nothing.
Yeah,
We're like
straight
20
up.
minutes in. It's in different hallways, different people. It's going on
Yeah, like
everything, everywhere. People are
ain't
going
nobody.
blood.
Yeah, nobody getting tired. They just everybody just jacked up on the adrenaline. Like, man, that's crazy. Like, you got
I
to be
know.
absolute savage to be fighting that long.
Yeah, man. Any fight we saw in high school lasted about 3 minutes. Somebody either got popped and ran, or there
Yeah,
was somebody there to make
yeah,
sure it was over with. Man, this
yeah.
this is like I'm in minute 25, dude, and these people are still nobody's
Man,
gotten
that
thrown
was.
off
Could you
the airplane.
imagine? Can you imagine a fight that long at Centennial High School in the mid '90s? Like, absolutely pandemonium everywhere in that school. Like,
Right?
that was a great scene to end off of in that show. So I'm definitely looking forward to the new season that's coming out.
All right, man. We'll
Uh,
wrap it up there, dude. I
Alrighty,
we're planning a big one. We're gonna shout out to all of our friends. Right now, we're planning a big one, man. We're gonna do Brady Bunch style. We're gonna get the whole crew in here. Let's do something large. We'll talk about it in the text thread. And I appreciate it, man. It's good to see your face, my friend.
man. Thanks for having me, man. Tell the family I said hello and give everybody my love, brother.
Much love.